There comes a point where there's been enough introspection and locking yourself away from the world. Babe, it's time to go out there and live. Feel the wind in your hair and the cold air on your skin. Do not fear the mud on your clothes or the dirt under your nails. The mess can be washed away. Live messily, live sloppily, imperfectly, flaws and all. How do you expect to create something great without making a mess? Take risks, fall, scrape your knees, but don't pick the scabs. Say the wrong thing for the chance of saying the right thing. Look embarrassment dead in the eye and say, I'm not scared of you. Start that thing you've been putting off because you'll never feel ready or good enough, but the only way to get good is by allowing yourself to be bad. The world will not shun you, the sun will not burn you, it's quite the opposite. The sun will nourish you, and the world needs you just as much as you need it. You thought your chamber of reflection was where you needed to be forever. You thought you could mold yourself into some ideal version of yourself by sheer force and willpower, but you found that she simply cannot be created out of thin air. You need to go out there and live to create her. Lived experience is the only way. Your hibernation has served you well, but winter does not last forever. Spring is coming and the world needs you. Sure, something that has never faced the world is beautiful, it's perfect even, but it has never lived. And how beautiful can something really be if it's perfect? Make mistakes, forgive yourself, forgive others. Let the years of laughter engrave lines in your face. Get your heart broken, then fall in love again and again. Spend all day in the kitchen till your feet hurt and the dishes are a mile high. It's worth the mess and worth the pain. It always is. Water will always be there to wash the day away, and we start anew tomorrow. So that was my first ever attempt at writing a song. It happened completely on accident, and it was so magical. Let me tell you how it happened. Okay. It was actually because I was making this video, and I wanted to find a song to put in the background that gave the perfect vibes and invoked the emotions that I wanted the viewer to feel when watching it, because the soundtrack you choose is very important. And it completely changes the entire experience of the video. The song that I wanted was actually Symphonia 9 by Current Joys, but it's copyrighted, so I wouldn't be able to use it on YouTube. And so I was searching and searching for like hours trying to find a copyright-free song, and most of the time, these copyright-free songs are not very good, or they just don't give the right vibe. And so then I thought, well, I've been learning guitar. I started learning guitar about 9 months ago. I've been very inconsistent though. I've been very on and off with it, so I'm still very much a beginner. But I can play basic chords. So I looked up the chords for Symphonia 9. It was just G and C. I'm very familiar with G and C. And so originally my plan was like, oh, what if I just make a cover of the song? Maybe that way I won't get copyrighted. So I started playing the chords. And then, I don't know what took over me, but I completely abandoned Symphonia 9, and I just started freestyling over the chords. I just started vocalizing. I just came up with my own melody. There were no lyrics yet. It was kind of just like, and a little bit of background about me, though. I kind of always thought that musicians were people who were just born with intrinsic musical ability, and that I could never be one of those people. You know, what a messed up way of thinking. I never believed in myself in that way. I had given up on myself before I even ever tried. But yeah, I thought that you just had to be born with musical skill. Always have really loved music. Everyone obviously enjoys music, but there are some people who enjoy it more than others, and I'm one of those people. Like, I love it. I really love it. And I've always admired musicians, but I never, ever thought that I could do that. I never thought I could make my music. I never thought I could even be good at an instrument. So that's a little bit of background about me. That's why this, I feel like, is extra special. So anyways, I started vocalizing, and I figured out on my own that notes that sound good over chords are usually going to be one of the 6 notes that make up the chord. For example, this is G. And so if you sing any one of these 6 notes that make up the chord over G, it's gonna sound good. And you know, that might be obvious for some people, but for me, for someone who knew nothing about music, it was really cool coming to that conclusion on my own. And then later, my guitar teacher, he confirmed that by saying that that's how people write songs. And it really helped having an instrument, because when I was a kid, I would try to, like, you know, I feel like when we're kids, we all try to make songs just for fun. And I would try to come up with melodies, but they never sounded good because I didn't play an instrument, and so I didn't know anything about music, and I had the entire, like, every note in the world to sing, versus if I'm playing a chord and trying to sing a melody over that, it gives me parameters, it gives me restrictions in some ways that, like, either it's going to sound good with this or it won't, you know? And it came so intuitively. I just started, like, singing, and at first there were no lyrics, and I thought maybe this is good enough just to have me kind of like humming whatever. And then I don't know what happened, but lyrics just started coming out of my mouth before I even knew what I was saying, before there was even any meaning behind them. It really felt like it just came from up above somewhere, and it got injected into me and just came out of my mouth. It was the most magical experience ever. And then finally, everything made sense. Finally, it made sense to me how people made music. Because I never understood, like, how you could just make music out of thin air. Where does it come from? It just came from nowhere. That's what it felt like. It didn't even feel like it was coming from me. Like I said, it felt like it came from somewhere up above. It was so cool. If any of you make music, is that what it feels like to you? I'm curious. Please let me know. And I have chills right now when I'm talking about this, actually, because this was late at night. This is at like 1 a.m. I feel like nighttime is always when magical things like that happen, when I feel like we're most creative at nighttime, or at least I am. But anyways, yeah, so the lyrics came out of me, and I realized they were kind of sad, which was not my intention. And I assigned the meaning to them after they came out, which was so interesting. Because like I said, like, I wasn't even trying to sit down and write a song about anything in particular. I wasn't even trying to write a song at all. But I guess that was just like my subconscious, and it was just getting the things out that wanted to come out. And I was talking to my friend about this very recently, actually, about how she was saying that whenever she writes poetry, it always seems to be sad. And we were trying to figure out why that is. Like, why when we write poetry or when we write music, why is it usually sad, even though there's so many things to be happy about? And I think it's because when we say things poetically or artistically, the sad things, they come out much easier. And I feel like it is our subconscious, and the sad things, they push their way to the top. And I feel like you need to get those out first. You need to get those out of the way first. You have to vomit everything out. And then you can write about the good stuff. And the good stuff absolutely deserves to be written about. But you got to take care of business first. So anyways, I had written this song, and actually it seemed kind of perfect for the theme of this video. Because to me, the song is about It's about that lost feeling that you have in your 20s. Maybe it's not even just your 20s, maybe it's forever. Maybe it's just a part of being a person. And like, it's really hard to describe this feeling. I was talking to my sister about it though, and she said she's been having that same feeling. At some points in my life, it's stronger than others, but I feel like it's kind of always there. And it feels like I'm floating. That's kind of the best way for me to describe it, but it's not even really that accurate. It feels like I'm floating and I can't find my ground anywhere. I can't find solid ground. I can't find where I'm supposed to be. And that's kind of what the song is about. To me, the song sounds bittersweet. It sounds sad but hopeful. So that's what the sad part is about, but then it's hopeful because despite that feeling, even if that feeling is always there, all we can do is just try our best to make the most of every day and choose to see the beauty in everything, because the beauty is all around us at all times if only we just open our eyes and choose to pay attention and choose to go outside and live and create a beautiful, meaningful life despite it all. Yes, that is what the song is about. And it felt so fitting for this video. And at the time when I wrote the song, I actually was going through a really hard time in my life. It just felt like everything was wrong. Everything, like I just could not catch a break. Everything just kept going wrong. And I ended up really needing the song. I would listen to that song like on repeat all day. And it gave me hope. And it actually really helped me with all the tough emotions that I was feeling. And I felt just so grateful that music exists because it's healing. It is healing and it is magic. And like I said, I never thought that I would be able to make it. And now everything makes sense and I understand. And it felt so amazing that I was able to make that for myself and then find healing through the process of making it, but also in the hard times when I needed it, I could just listen to it and feel some comfort. I'm tearing up right now. It was so magical. And anyways, I think that's enough about the song for now, but the rest of this video is going to be about me living. It's going to be about me going outside and living because I have been inside too much, hiding myself from the outside world, and I'm going to be trying new things and going new places and chasing new experiences and remembering that there is so much joy and beauty and love and laughter and curiosity and wonder to be found if only we just go outside. So come along with me. But first, I want to show you what the inspiration for this entire video was. It was actually these shoes because I had accidentally stepped in some mud and I posted this picture on my story. And I just found it to be so beautiful and poetic, and everyone in my story replies also said the same thing. And I thought this has to be a metaphor for something. And so I went home later that night and I wrote out that entire script just based around those shoes. And then it inspired me to want to live my entire life in that way. How cool is that? Anytime I'm feeling creatively uninspired, all I have to do is just pay attention, because there really is inspiration and beauty and art everywhere we look. All you have to do is just choose to notice it. Cutie, oh my gosh, so beautiful. How old is he?
9 months.
Oh my gosh, just a baby. I'm going on an adventure today. One of my goals for this year was to go more places I've never been before. And the amazing thing is, adventure doesn't have to be so far away. Because you know that feeling, that excitement, and that wonder and curiosity that you get when you're traveling, when you're on vacation? You can have that same sense of childlike wonder if you drive 10 minutes away to a road you've never been before, you know? So I'm gonna go to Manhattan Beach. It's only 40 minutes from where I live. It's not very far away, but I've never been there because LA has so many beaches and I haven't been to nearly all of them. So I'm so excited because imagine, like, let's say I lived in like Wyoming or something and I'm here on vacation in LA and I'm going to the beach. You know, if that were actually the case, I would be like really excited, and I can still have that sense of excitement. I can bring that anywhere I go. It's really cold today. It's very gloomy outside, but honestly, it's kind of perfect. And let me show you what I'm bringing. Bringing my journal so I can write about my feelings. Bringing some headphones, some pens. I love colorful pens. Deodorant. I kind of bring deodorant everywhere I go. I like never really leave the house without deodorant because I'm so terrified of being smelly. So that's something fun about me. Some gum, wallet. Good morning! Today is going to be a great day because I am headed to the pottery studio. But before I go, let me show you some of the pieces I've made and tell you how pottery has literally changed my life. First up, I think this might be the one I'm most proud of because it's kind of like perfect. And I made this like when I was still first starting out. I mean, I'm still a beginner, I would consider myself. But this one came out so perfect. This was like, I think 3 or 4 pounds, which as a beginner, that's a lot of clay. And I poked some drainage holes in it. She came out so cute, and she's the perfect home for my string of hearts plant. Next up, we have this plate. I made this to send to my mom. I haven't sent it to her yet, but it's a nice good sized plate. I started pottery, it's been almost a year actually. I took my first pottery class ever last June, I think, or maybe it was July. And what month is it now? April. So it's actually been like almost a year, which is kind of crazy. I went on and off though. I was not consistent for that entire time. So I still consider myself a beginner because in pottery, like there is just endless amounts of information that you can learn. So this is another one. I was so proud of this one when I made it. And this little birthmark, this happened totally on accident. I don't know why or how that happened, but I actually love it. It's my favorite part of the piece now. And this one will be so cute to put like a few little flowers in. When I tell you that pottery has really changed my life, I mean that. And every single person at the studio that I talk to says the same thing. There's so many reasons why it's so amazing. One of them, maybe the biggest one, honestly, is the community aspect of it, because everyone there at the studio is so nice. Everyone is so willing to help each other. It is an incredible place to make friends. And for me, it makes me feel like I'm a kid again in school. And I didn't realize how much I missed an environment like that. You know, we take it for granted so much when we're kids and we're like forced to go to school. But there's just something so special about an environment where you're learning together, you're helping each other, and you're like working alongside people in silence, or maybe not in silence, you know? It feels like such an organic way to connect with people. And even if you're an introvert, I promise you can make friends there, because it is so easy to just go up to somebody and start a conversation. All you have to say is, hey, what are you working on, you know? And then you just go from there. Because I don't have a normal job, since I'm completely freelance with influencing and modeling, I don't have like a regular job that I go to, and I didn't realize some structure and familiarity was really something that was missing in my life. Now that I have it, oh my gosh, it feels amazing, you know, just to go to a place where I see the same people every time, you know, new people as well, but it's something so familiar. I made this one. Now this is a plate I made for my little sister. I haven't sent it to her yet either. It is so cute. I put a little bunny and the flowers, and I like the rim, how I did the like kind of checkered look. And I wrote a little note for her on the back. Next we have this bottle vase that I carved some texture into. If I were to do it again, I would like shave it down so that the sides are totally straight instead of, see, they're kind of flaring out a little bit at the bottom. Maybe I'm just being picky, but that's okay. This was like when I was still starting out anyways, so. She's cute though, nonetheless. And then this one is the first thing I ever hand built. So everything I already showed you was thrown on the wheel. This was built by hand. It's just like a weird funky vase, and I kind of love it. I love the way that the glaze kind of got really thin in some areas here, and I love how it makes it look so dimensional and multicolored. I really love this one. And also, besides the community aspect, pottery teaches you so much about life. There are so many life lessons to be learned from pottery. Patience is a huge one. If you've never done pottery, you would never know how long it takes to just make a simple plate or a mug or whatever. And it teaches you detachment from the outcome. Yes, you might pour hours and hours and hours of work into a piece only for it to crack or break in the kiln, and you just have to let that go. And honestly, for me, I just do it for the love of the process. Like, I don't really care that much about the final outcome. Yes, it's cool to see, but if this broke right now, I wouldn't even be too sad. It teaches you that it's worth it to put time and energy into something. I know, I just picked it up today. I really love it.
It's really pretty.
Thank you. I'm trying to decide what color to glaze it. I want to try like doing one color on the inside and one on the outside, because I've never done that before. I've always only done the same color. I'm thinking maybe like green and then like cream.
That could be really pretty.
Because like I love like the idea of like a pop of color inside.
We can do this. It's
Okay.
not that hard.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's take that first. This is a double stop. It's not a power chord.
Wait, I forgot. What's the difference?
There you go. That's better. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, now we got a D power chord, which is 5 and 7. And we do 8 of these. Eighth notes. We count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
At the light, turn left.
I am on my way to a climbing meetup, indoor rock climbing or bouldering. I used to do bouldering when I first moved to LA because my roommate introduced me to it. I loved it, but I haven't done it in a few years. I never was consistent enough to get really good at it. I was always just still a beginner, but I had fun, and that's really all that matters. So I've been wanting to do more community events. I've been wanting to socialize more, meet more people, go out into the world and feel like a participating member of society. So yeah, I just remembered how much I love climbing, and I found this climbing meetup. When I would climb a few years ago, I kind of always just went by myself and I never talked to anybody. So this will be interesting to see what it's like to climb with other people. I think I was shy. I was shy to talk to other people because everyone there was really good, you know, and I was just a beginner. I didn't see any other beginners. It seemed like everyone had already been doing it for like 10 years and they were all so good, and I'm like, well, they wouldn't even want to hang out with me because I'm gonna be doing like the easiest level and I'm still gonna be failing, you know. But that doesn't even matter, and I don't care anymore about that. Yeah, it seems like such a sweet way to connect with people, because you know, you start out as strangers but you're just trying to help each other and encourage each other.
Okay, she's ready to go.
I'm kind of scared of this one, actually.
I know, there's a lot going on, to be honest. Okay. You got this, you got this. I'm looking, I think you can move maybe you have to look at it before.
The holds are a lot harder to
Okay.
get onto, because like the red ones, like you have a good hold.
Yeah.
I feel like my hands are just more like
No, fully. It looks like little cheese blocks. Yeah.
I'll let you try it.
Okay, we have a V2 that Stephanie, the one filming this, just failed. but we are feeling confident now. So you kind of have to straddle the wall on this one too. Do you see that? Do you see that over there? It's a straddle moment.
I know.
Okay, okay, okay.
I just have to not be afraid.
Yes. Okay. We are seeing more confidence with the movements here. Yeah, dude, yeah, this is amazing. You've got this. Maybe grab even, yeah. With two hands, the same one.
We didn't get it this time.
This time. Okay, yes, yes, yes. The straddle is strong.
So if you were here, what this helped, I saw you doing this, and that helped me a ton. Because I just kind of just hang on there.
Yay!
This is my new friend Steph. We just met at climbing, and I don't know, life just feels like really amazing. We're both so happy. We're both so happy we met, and like it feels like we've been friends for a long time, and we're so aligned with everything. She's a Virgo sun.
Virgo sun, Taurus
moon, and I'm a Taurus sun, Virgo moon.
Which is just so wild. And it was, yeah, anyway, Jamie was telling me the theme for this video and everything, and I've been kind of going through the same thing. I just moved here, and like, yeah, kind of the bravery it takes to enter new spaces and make new friends. And we were just talking about, like, thank God we left the house today, you know?
Yes.
And decided to do it because it's scary, but you actually, it's really always such a good thing when you leave the house.
Yes, yes. Good morning. We're going for a run. It's a beautiful day. The birds are chirping. The sun is shining. Let's go. I mean, look at this view. Insane. Oh my God. Wow. Hi guys, I'm at the park. This is my gorgeous view. Whenever I'm feeling down or stressed, something that interestingly helps me a lot is thinking about myself at 30. I'm 24 right now. I'm almost 25. I'll be 25 in 2 months. But I'm thinking about like my 30-year-old self, and in my head, she's just like the coolest girl ever. She's so wise, she's so smart, she's confident. She's lived lots of experiences that have molded her into the amazing, cool, capable, brilliant person that she is. And so anytime I'm like going through something challenging, I'm like, well, this is just part of the lore. This is just part of my story that's shaping me into that incredible person. And because she's not going to be created out of thin air. Old people are wise because they've lived a lot of life. So I'm here living life, overcoming challenges, and I'm excited to get older. Getting older is such a blessing. I cannot wait to meet 30-year-old me. She's gonna be so cool. And I think of all of the qualities that she possesses, and then I realize I can embody that right now. If I think that 30-year-old me is gonna be very confident, smart, wise, capable, magnificent, radiant, brilliant. I can choose to embody that right now. And that just makes me so excited.
Oh my god, a little lizard. Oh, lizard?
Oh my god. I love lizards so much.
It's not a cat.
Hi, beautiful.